Today we'll be learning about transplanting and planting in a container. If you watch my last video, I did a video on where to get cheap containers in Kenya. Today we'll be planting. As you can see, we'll be planting in this broken container. I want to transplant that rosemary that is on the ground. I planted it in my kitchen garden, but I want to transplant it since we don't have rains and it's drying up. And here we have our soil and we have our manure. The manure is in the container. It's always advisable to mix the manure and the soil in a ratio of 1:1. And since I only have one container, I've mixed half container of manure and a half container of soil. I'm mixing them thoroughly to make sure they are evenly mixed. Yes, so that I can be able to transplant. Another thing I always do when I'm planting in container, and this is for people who are doing balcony gardening, is I always put stones below the container. Stones, they'll help in facilitating drainage. They also help in avoiding clogging in the bucket, because sometimes you'll find yourself you have overwatered either your flower, your vegetable, or your plant. So it's advisable to use stones or even logs or sticks in the lower layer of your container. And then I'll just put soil, which is mixed with manure, as I said, in the ratio of 1:1. If it's a bucket, make sure it's 1 bucket to 1 bucket. Also, another thing when transplanting, always make sure you have first watered your plant, your vegetable or your flower, and that will help you to scoop the plant or whatever you are transplanting way better. Avoid helps in avoiding destroying the plant or even the roots. I'm using a panga because I couldn't find our spade. It's not even in our store. Yeah, that's me scooping. You see how healthy it is, but if it continue growing on the ground and the way it's dry, it might end up drying. So I'll rather plant it in this small container, but later I'll be transplanting it into a bigger container once it has grown. Yeah, so I have to get out some soil since the rosemary is above the container. That's why I was scooping out some soil, and then just cover the last part with manure mixed with soil. Yes. So don't forget, when transplanting, always first water your plant. Another thing, in a container, you can first put stones, or you can even put some logs or some stick below to help facilitate the drainage and avoid clogging. Yes, and don't forget to put some holes below your container to also to avoid clogging. Like you can see here, I've already made some like 4 holes. Yeah, and thank you so much for watching, and let me know in the comment section what you are planting. You can even send me